Well, look who's back again. What's good, everybody? Welcome into Betting the PFL as we are this Friday night, August 15th in Charlotte. And as the nature boy Ric Flair used to say, North Carolina. I'm your boy, the coach. Of course, he is Ian Parker from ESPN. And this week, Ian, is PFL World Tournament Finals night number 2. 3 more champions will be crowned. I'm fired up. I'm already feet on the ground, sir. How are you?
I'm excited. You know, we have 3 really solid title fights. Rabadonov, someone we've known for a long time. Liz Carmouche, who's found the fountain of youth. And then the Wetzel Alves fight, people that no one really knew prior. A couple of shining stars here. Very interested to see who breaks through in that one.
That's right. We've got the lightweights, the bantamweights, and then on the women's side, the flyweights. And there's been some, well, should we say, interesting interviews here in Charlotte this week in the women's fight. That could spice things up just a little bit. All right, let's get into it because right now you can watch this on the PFL YouTube page, and it will be live all the way up until fight night. And, of course, we'll have a little bit of something on the pre-fight show on ESPN+. But, Ian, before we get to the main card, I need to whet my appetite, as it were, and I need just one early card bet. Go.
For the early card bet, look, we're going to look towards Shakalova versus Juliana Velasquez. This is something that's happened already in the first round of this year's tournament, and Shakalova finished her by sub. It's hard to imagine that something like that doesn't happen again. Juliana Velasquez is on a very tough losing streak. I believe it's 4 losses in a row. No idea where your confidence can possibly be on that type of losing streak and going against someone who finished you at ease. So for me, coach, I'm going to look for Shakalova to win inside the distance. She's a minus mid-200s right now. That number is going to probably jump. So get in there now, look towards your props, take her to win inside the distance, and cash this ticket. I don't see where Velasquez wins this fight. Shakalova coming off the Bishop loss too. She's going to want to get back in there to try and get a spot in the tournament next year.
Yeah, that's going to be the last fight on the early card, which starts at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN+. All right, now let's shift over to the main card, which begins at 9 p.m. Eastern time, right after the kids, the Little League World Series, live, and we're on the big boy, ESPN. So let's start with the first fight of the card. It's a showcase fight. It's a lightweight fight. Mads Burnell taking on Robert Watley. Is this your underdog play of the day?
I think it's going to have to be. I think Watley is a guy who's gone on a nice winning streak, pretty well-rounded, and where Mads Burnell is showing a little bit of, let's say, delay and hesitancy when he's on his back. He used to be attacking submissions. Now, once he's there, he doesn't even try to get up. He's so confident that he doesn't really do a whole lot. Watley can match him there, his physicality and the strength. As long as Watley's cardio can hold up here, I think we can get an underdog here at plus 136. That number may get better. Burnell's been around for a while. We've seen him in exciting fights. But coming off that J.J. Wilson loss, he was ragdolled. I think Watley can do the same. We're going with the dog in this one.
So real quick, you would tell people, you think if they wait till closer to fight night, they could get a better number than right now?
This is one of those fights where I think because Watley is not a well-known name and Burnell kind of is, the number is very playable if you like favorites, right? We talk about this all the time. We don't want to go above a minus 200 on the favorite. It's not always worth it from a value perspective. This is one of those ones where unless there are a lot of sharp people out there, and there's some great cappers in the space, a lot of smart MMA bettors. Maybe they get on Watley, but this number has not moved much, which leads me to believe there's no rush to place it right this second. So keep an eye on it, see how weigh-ins go, and let's see if that number goes up and we can get some more pennies on the dollar.
All right, very good. This is a 4-fight main card, so that's the only non-title fight. So let's move in now to the 3 title fights. And if you listed all 8 divisions in the World Tournament, this would probably be the most unexpected finals of all of them. Alves wasn't even supposed to be in the tournament. He stepped in last minute back in April. Justin Wetzel, Ian, I saw him on the elevator yesterday, didn't even recognize him because his hair is starting to grow back from having to shave it just to make weight. So this is the bantamweight final. Where are you going?
Well, first off, this is what this tournament, what the PFL provides. Not only was Alves not supposed to be in it, but Wetzel was the biggest betting underdog against Kasimov. Kasimov was a minus 1,600 at one point in that fight, and Wetzel went out there and got the unanimous decision. But, Coach, isn't it crazy? Alves not supposed to be in the tournament, never planned, gets his shot, takes out the number one guy in Leandro Higo, goes out there and takes out Jake Hadley, who we got from the UFC, and he made it look easy. I think Alves is this breakout star from a fighting perspective. He throws hard, volume, durability, cardio, and doesn't say a word, completely stone-faced. This is someone, in my opinion, who's been a Tasmanian devil, but very organized, very smart about it, high fight IQ. And if Wetzel can't out-grapple him for 5 rounds, I think Alves wins this fight. Now, if you paid attention on Twitter within the last 48 hours, I said Alves was my play of the week at minus 150. He is now minus 200, now minus 225. I will still play him at minus 225. I'm that confident in his takedown defense, and he has the advantage in the striking. But there's always a but here, right? If you want to play it a little bit safer, try and attach him to an over. You can go with Alves to win over 1.5 rounds. That should get that number closer to a minus 150. Either of those I'm confident with. Love Alves. This kid is the real deal.
Did you hear what Ian just said? I encourage you to follow him on X. You never know when we'll have best bets throughout the week leading up to all of our fights, not just the World Tournament, all year round. Now, let's get into our co-main event of the evening, because this one got, a little spicy this week, as Liz Carmouche sat down with our digital team, and she revealed a story of previous times where she made Jenna Bishop, wait for it, Ian, cry. Now, what is this going to mean leading up to Friday night? I don't know, but Liz Carmouche is a really big favorite over at FanDuel to win this one and take home the World Tournament Women's Flyweight Final. How do we bet it, though?
Well, look, I think Liz has probably made a lot of women cry in her life, in her fighting career, because she is someone who just doesn't go away. She depicts toughness, durability, and she's been around. And at her age, she doesn't seem like she's fighting at her age, right? She's looked the best she ever has. And Jenna, I would say, is probably the most improved fighter since last season, since losing to Dakota. You know, she's won back-to-back tough fights. Been very impressed. We know she's known for her jiu-jitsu here, but this is where I think the Cinderella story for her kind of ends, with no disrespect. Liz Carmouche is just fighting on a different level, has fought everyone you can, literally fought Ronda Rousey at one point for a title. So for me, Coach, yes, this number's high. So Liz, spoiler alert, will be in our parlay. However, I'm going to take her to win inside the distance here. You're giving me Liz Carmouche 5 rounds to finish Jenna Bishop. I think once Bishop tries for submissions and is on her back, just taking elbows after elbows, at some point, Liz is going to break her down and get it done. Liz Carmouche inside the distance. If you want to get more specific, TKO or KO, but I will tell you, the sneaky play, submission. No one expects it over a BJJ ace. She's got a lot of subs. She can tag her, take the back. So a lot of fun ways to play this one, but safer play inside the distance.
Yeah, she's been very vocal about wanting to do her finishes in several different ways for herself. Yeah. Now, with $500,000 on the line, maybe that goes out the window, and she just wants to get the dub. All right, now it's time to look at our main event of the evening, and this one is such a fascinating matchup. On one side, you got Alfie Davis, who is such an unorthodox fighter. He loves to throw elbows and knees and kicks from all different angles. And then you've got Gadzi Rabadanov, who his coach, Habib Nurmagomedov, says is a top 5 fighter in his division in the entire world, regardless of organization. He's our defending champion in this division. And he said it's going to be a very long night for Alfie Davis, as we heard on our incredible new show this season, PFL Origins.
Gadzi is not only teammate, he is my brother. And I'm very happy for his success. He is at least top 5 lightweight in the world.
Another KO for Gadzi!
I understand how this business works. I understand why people pay for watching fight.
Overhead right!
We have to finish, guys.
Allow him to get up.
And the creativity, I think, makes me very hard to game plan for.
Davis winging away.
Alfie does stuff that is so unorthodox. Like, he'll spin once and then spin again and then spin again.
There's a spinning wheel kick.
Hard work, dedication.
He's rated as one of the best in the world, so I feel like if I win this, then I'm undoubtedly one of the best in the world.
Long and hard time for you.
X kick from the X-Man.
I tell him this opponent is like different level. This is best two guys. Alfie Davis, I think, is very dangerous fighter for Gachi.
I'm much better than Davis.
Gadzi, you started to run off, I'm going to kick you in your f***ing head.
So Gadzi Rabadanov looking for back-to-back titles. Now, you can check out PFL Origins for every single World Tournament event and our Champion Series event on our incredible PFL YouTube page. So, Ian, let's talk about it from a betting perspective. At FanDuel, we're talking north of -600 for Rabadanov to repeat as champion. So what do we do?
Coach, this fight, if it stays on the feet, is closer to 50-50 because of Alfie Davis being a very good striker. But Rabadanov's not stupid. High IQ. He's got to use the grappling here. That number's too high. So I'm going to take a shot here at the submission game. I think he gets Alfie to the ground at some point, takes the back, gets that choke. That's what Khabib used to do. Rabadanov's the protege. Rabadanov by sub in the main event.
It also feels like this one, there's no way that it can go 5 rounds as well because Alfie Davis, he can knock you out if you're not paying attention. And Rabadanov, he has said to me in interviews, and I'm sitting down with him today, in fact, and he has said, in order to be very entertaining, I need to knock people out. He understands what the fans want. And for 5 rounds, I think it's impossible for this to go the distance.
You know what? You're not wrong here. The only concern with that would be if Rabadanov does position over submission just to secure the win, because now we're past the point of entertainment. Now the title's on the line. That $500,000 on the line. So at this point, the crowd goes away. Everything goes away other than now the goal is here to get it done. But I agree with you. I think it's probably going to be 4.5 rounds. Taking a shot inside the distance or it doesn't go, I like that play. Well done.
Thank you, Ian. A reminder that all 3 of the title fights will be 5 rounds, just like they were those 2 in Atlantic City. All right. Now, the one thing I get more than anything at my X, at my Twitter, whatever you want to call it, is where's Parker's parlay? What is Parker's parlay going to be this time? So I got 3 names I need. Give them to me.
We're going to keep it simple. We're going to go with the 3 favorites. Go Shakalova, Liz Carmouche, and Gadzi Rabadanov. But, Coach, there's one but there. If your numbers are showing a minus in front of it, by the time you play this, you could throw Alves in there, and that will get you up pretty nicely in the plus number. So if you need that 4th leg to do it, very comfortable there. If you don't want to play him on the money line because that number's gotten too high. But that 3-legger, I'm very confident all 3 take it to the window.
All right, 3 or 4. Shakalova is on the early card. The other fights are all on the main card. Now, there's some people out there, Ian, that say, you know what? It's PFL. It's the 9th event. I want to have a little bit more fun. Throw things against the wall that maybe give me a bigger return. Can we do that?
We could always do that. Listen, why not swing for the fences? It's a lot of fun, low risk, high reward. So let's take the 3 title fights. Let's be real here. These are 3 really awesome fights that we've been looking forward to. I'm going to get a prop for each one. Let's go Alves by decision. Let's go Carmouche by TKO or KO. And let's go Rabadanov by sub. You rope those together, you're getting at least a plus 1,000 on the minimum side. It's a lot of fun. Why not get as greedy as possible here?
Why not? And I encourage everybody watching right now here on the PFL YouTube page to open up your FanDuel account, the app, and check out these numbers because they're always going to be moving up until fight night. So here is the schedule we have on Friday night here in Charlotte, North Carolina. 6 p.m. Eastern Time, ESPN Plus, the pre-fight show. Me and Ian will have the latest odds, the latest bets live on that show. Then the early card starts at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time for 2.5 hours. And then the main card at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN, immediately following the Little League World Series game. In the meantime, follow us on X for all the very latest from a betting perspective over there at FanDuel. That'll do it for now. For Ian Parker, I am the coach. We'll see you Friday night here in Charlotte. Until then, this has been Betting the PFL.